work is culminating. We'll obviously get on what my career is in a wee minute.
That was a really good word.
Culminating is a great word, isn't it? Word of the week. But
Got
yeah,
that toilet paper.
I'm sorry.
And-
does everyone not think every single game that we've been into smells?
When you invite me to your wedding. When he was allowed to be a plus one. Wasn't like the pure best looking guy on the planet, which is not his fault.
But he was a saint.
I know. But I think I was just like...
his name Popeye?
No. Gav. Hiya, pals. Welcome to the 4th Sad Girls Club podcast.
Woo! Pew, 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 pew.
I'll stop eventually numbering them. I don't know why.
It's nice when it's the first couple.
Right, we'll get started then. Have you been chucked? The patriarchy getting you down? Cry behind your pal Amy's garage and ruin the New Year's party again? Well, then you're in perfect company. Welcome to the Sad Girls Club. This is a place where you're allowed to be sad about big and small. Can you stop being children? I'm doing something really important right now. This is a place where you're allowed to be sad about the big things, the small things, because the world's a really scary place, right? And it's not.
I love that Amy just joined in. No reason to.
I know, why did you start?
Yeah.
Well, I forgot to do that again. And then Amy went,
I'm a bad actor.
sorry.
I know, sorry.
Well,
Not
but you're
knowing
finding
your
someone
lines.
else to be Ali? Or
I know. Like, do you want to come and work for no money? That's great.
You're listening to the right podcast.
I know. Are you a very unemployed actor? Come this way. Anyway, so we are going to kick this off. Today's theme, you're pure giggling over
We've lost Amy.
I know. This week's theme is jobs. We're going to talk about all our jobs. But before we do that, guys, why are you sad this week? What's going on?
I
Every
am
single
on
one
the
of you
verge
goes, fuck.
of a mental breakdown.
Aren't we all?
Oh, honestly, I am.
Meant to be.
I have been fighting the tears this week.
Minty B.
Meant to be in the house. Brap, brap.
Honestly, it's June of Doom, as I like to say.
June of Doom?
June of Doom, when like work is culminating. We'll obviously get on what my career is in a wee minute.
That was a really good word. Then.
Culminating is a great word, isn't it? Word of the week. But
Got
yeah,
that
like,
toilet paper I gave you.
Tuesday
is
culminate.
culminating.
Use it in a sentence. Yeah, no, all my work's kind of culminating to the end of the academic year for all of my teaching stuff, and I'm ready for a holiday. I'm not going anywhere.
I was about to be like, have you booked
I'm
a
not
holiday?
going anywhere. I'm having a staycation, but I'm
Is that
feeling
you
very
just
overwhelmed.
in the bath with the door locked going, Mom, let me alone.
Yeah, I'm just feeling very overwhelmed just now, and I just need a day off, which we'll get on to when we come to what our jobs are in the self-employed
Have we
world.
cried about that, or are we just like all over sad?
It's just,
We feel it brewing.
yeah, it's bubbling.
Yeah.
It's bubbling away. So we're waiting.
Oh, great.
I'll keep you updated. Stay tuned.
Yeah,
Watch
I'm
this
excited.
space.
It's going to be good.
But I'm on the verge.
Yeah. I feel like we're always on the verge. Hannah, are you on the verge?
I'm actually quite happy this week.
What?
I've just had a bit of a nice week. Like, work's been quite good. I'm really busy, but I feel like I've got a decent handle on things.
Mm-hmm.
And I was staying with my mum and dad this weekend. It was my dad's birthday on the Friday night. And it was just like a nice weekend at home. And I just feel like I've relaxed, I've switched off.
That's very nice.
And yeah. So,
really
I'm
jealous
feeling
of you. I'm on the verge of
sorry, I'm
that.
feeling quite
I know.
fun. Yeah.
Amy?
I've had the overwhelming fear that my dog's going to die soon.
I
I know he's actually going to live forever because he actually will. but
He's like, just
and I
a
know I
wee
need to
build
get a
thing.
grip because thousands of people are dying in a much worse situation. But
Don't grief
We
shame yourself.
don't compare grief here,
Yeah.
thank you.
And
no, I know. He's
do you not
pop his
like,
clogs
and do you ever feel silly? Because I've done this before where you look at your animal and you know they're getting on a bit
Yep.
and you're grieving them before they're already dead. And it's
he's not even going to die soon. Like he genuinely
Amy's
is.
making those montages where like, I will remember you. Like, dog's not dead.
Can I sidetrack for a really quick second? Right, I have a friend going to name as a family friend, right? Oh God, I hope she doesn't make me say this.
Name names.
Right, okay. She just split up with her ex, right? They have posted like a montage
Away.
as if she's died. We went for an Indian today and she was telling me about it and she was like that. No, he's honestly, it's like a video of me waving at the end.
Oh no! Like stuff that you get played at like your funeral, like the candid.
I was like,
oh
it's
no.
given like the girl who.
Oh, the
Go
dead
away.
wife at the beginning of the
dead
movie.
wife,
That's
yes.
under a blanket. Like,
You're like, oh no, stop
Anyway,
filming me.
yeah, but aye, he's not gory, but I just don't know.
I
what
get
we're
you.
gonna
I
do.
feel
yeah.
you. I feel you.
It's just a fear.
Our wee cat at home is now really old as well, and she
I'm
doesn't
surprised
really.
the cat's still alive.
No,
to be honest.
no,
I
she's
thought the cat was
nearly-
dead.
I think she's like 19, nearly 20, and she is like she's completely away with herself. Like she doesn't know where
Is
she
she like
is.
blind or?
No. It's still. Well, we think she can see. Like she finds her way about fine.
Blind, deaf,
She can't
incontinent.
hear anything. She can't hear anything at all. But she'll occasionally just wander about, forget where she is, and then will yell.
Oh,
But it'll be like you'll be
Yell?
what? Yeah, like a
Ah.
A what?
What? It
One more
comes-
time?
But it comes from like the depths.
The
of her
diaphragm
soul.
of the
diaphragm of the cat.
She's classically trained.
From the depths of her soul. But you'll be like watching something, it'll be like a really good bit, and then all of a sudden it'll be wow, and you're like, oh, it's the cat.
Oh, God, it's
And
such
you've
a
got
wee
to go
shame.
find her and kind of make yourself known to her, and you'll
Like,
be like,
don't make any sudden movements.
yeah, and then you're like, come back.
That's like when
Yeah.
my dog sees a suitcase in the hall. He's like, "You're fucking leaving me."
Oh, that's so sad.
it's a
That
shame.
dog's got
He
trauma.
goes crazy. Yeah, yes. Anyway, why?
Why you
Yeah, why you sad?
Not sad. I did cry a lot at the Taylor Swift concert.
Yeah.
I don't know when this podcast is coming out, but Taylor Swift has just happened. I think tonight's the last night.
She has just happened.
She's just happened. And I think there was a lot of tears during All Too Well 10-minute version. It was very good. I cry every time I see Hayley Williams as well.
For me, it was Paramore as well.
Paramore, I think I've now seen Paramore. I was thinking about this, I think maybe like 5 times now or something like that. I've seen Paramore like over the fucking 21 years that they've been a band.
That's
And I
impressive.
was saying to you in the car, if Hayley Williams
Oh my god!
did any other type of music, she would be like, and I think they have won Grammys and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
it would be like household name.
yeah.
She could be fucking Adele if she was like Taylor Swift. Great, we all know she's fab,
Yeah.
but Hayley Williams is just fantastic.
Yeah.
It's so good.
She's such a good performer, and honestly, see, I just got emotional. I got like fucking goosebumps.
Do you cry when like someone's really talented?
When
Do you
something
get
is
that?
just
Like,
so amazing. See, when they were all walking down for Talking Heads, and they were like fucking power walking down their jumpsuits, and I was just like mesmerized. And even the graphics on the screen when the words came up, I was like, wow, words are nice. It was so, I mean, pure
Innovation.
burning down the house. I was like, oh my god, it was so
Honestly,
good.
she's fucking fantastic. And I think so. We saw her at we saw Paramore at the Hydro last time they were here, and I wept like on it. Like you know what I mean? Sometimes you're like, that's really nice. My eyes got a wee bit wet, like wiggly
Down the
chin.
neck. Yeah.
Like I was like, I love you, Haley. You're amazing. And then like to go on like a feminist TED Talks side angle is that I honestly think like because she is a woman being so good at what she does in a male, like the sort of pop punk sort of genre is so male heavy. It's so sexist at the same time. Like my funnest game is to go through, and don't get me wrong, Paramore have some of those songs where they call girls whores and like all this sort of stuff. It's very like I'm the cool girl, which Hayley Williams has now said like she's like we were all teenagers once. I do regret that like we were like this, but to go through the songs that I loved as a teenager, the way they talk, either girls are, it's like me, like the poor boy, and you don't notice me. It's very like teenage dirtbag, like all that sort of stuff. Or she's a fucking slut and I hate her and she cheated on me and how dare she? There was no in between.
No.
And so then her just to be like a woman in that space, like if you said when I was like 16, if you went like, oh, Paramore's my favorite band, as a girl saying that, they were a bit like, well, you're only saying that because it's a girl and people only like Paramore because she's pretty and like all this sort of stuff. She is so talented. I didn't
Her
mean to get on
voice-
my soapbox there.
No, but her voice live is better than what is recorded.
yeah, she
like,
could be
the
like if she wanted to, she could be Adele. Like
She's better.
But that's what I mean. Like
She's
she's just
insane.
picked a genre
Yeah.
that people don't expect.
But
you
her
to be like,
voice suits that so. I can't imagine her
So
singing
good.
any other. Like, I just want her to scream.
Scream
at me.
Follow me around.
Oh, I love her so much. Anyway, but we always go on a tangent. So I've noticed in the last couple of podcasts, we're always referencing like random jobs that we had. And we sort of tried to say like, oh, just for like context, we are all unemployed actors. And that's why we do all these other sort of jobs. So I thought today's theme would be good to like talk about jobs, talk about like old jobs, new jobs, and like what we sort of do and explain that.
Yeah.
So Amy, you literally have just graduated drama school.
Yes.
Have you got a degree? Is that?
Yeah, I have a degree. Well, hopefully.
Maybe.
it's
Wait for the
getting
results
marked.
to come in.
It's
Yes,
getting
I've got like
marked.
a HND in performing
I've
arts.
got a BA honours in, well, let's
Fancy.
finger crossed, acting with creative enterprise. Hopefully
That's
a
different
first.
from my one.
But we'll
But I know
see.
obviously-
Yeah, I've done four years, but they
So
extended
we all,
it.
Hannah, you didn't go to drama school, did you?
I
I'd like to clarify, I didn't get into drama school.
Oh no, either did I.
Aye, I went to uni.
Yeah.
But just in case,
I went to
I'm
college.
pure claiming I
Like-
went to Bristol Old Vic. I didn't.
sort of yes and no. So I did an HNC in acting and performance over my last year of school. So I was only 17 when I did it. And I did it whilst also doing 2 advanced hires.
So smart.
Oh,
So I would do my 2 advanced hires in school and then travel to so we were based at Queen Margaret and the other Edinburgh College campus, which I can't remember where it is.
That's
Anyway,
okay.
there.
That's fine.
But we did voice, movement, an acting module. So kind of yes and no, but we had to all audition.
But then you went into writing, didn't you?
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. So I
Yeah.
then did.
You're like, I've got HNC. Have you not got 2 degrees?
Super smart.
Getting there. So I went direct entry into drama performance and did mostly more playwriting based modules and a lot more. It was almost like an English degree that I did. And then I did my master's in playwriting at Glasgow.
So smart.
So clever.
I'm like,
No.
Thank you.
I know.
I have a HND in musical theatre.
Oh yeah.
Ah.
High kick.
Trying
But
to
then I
touch your
did,
toes.
that was me trying to touch my toes because I'm pure musical theatre. Note it's theatre.
Theatre. I do
not
musical theatre.
Musical theatre, and I have a BE honours in acting and performance.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, no, because I always think the thing about, so as soon as you tell people, oh, I'm an actor or I'm like a drama
Yeah.
student or whatever, they assume that you went to, I was about to call it the academy there. I'm like,
Ah,
how
yeah,
old
yeah,
am
yeah,
I?
the Royal
My
Academy.
mum calls it the
Yeah,
academy,
yeah.
the Royal Academy.
Because it used to
Yeah.
be the Royal Scottish Academy of Music and Drama.
But now it's the
Royal Conservatoire.
But conservatoire is a music word, which sort of pissed me off
It is
slightly.
a big music school as well.
So that was it. So as soon as you want to be like an actor, you go like, right, okay, I'll sign up and try and get in. That they also charge you for to
Yes,
like
it's
audition.
charged.
Just
Yeah.
audition,
Uh-huh.
It's about 90 quid to get
Yeah,
in.
it was ridiculous.
Really expensive.
I did it like 4 years in a row as well.
Yeah.
And
You've been like,
there's
I've actually paid, so
Yeah,
I'm
but
just staying.
I'll
be
just
coming
say
in.
don't want me. I thought about it because I went, so, and I think I really based like what it meant to be an actor, and like I'm only an actor if I get in here
Yeah.
and can prove
Yeah,
myself.
so many, even
So
that.
much shite.
Yeah.
But then I got really pissed off because don't get me wrong, first year crashed and burned. Like they literally were here, thank you for coming, bye. And then I went and did a year college and went back, and I got into like the next rounds. I got on a wait list. I kept getting to like the final stages
Uh-huh.
and then not getting in. So then I'd go back the next year being like, okay, like that's what I'm going to do this year. And then they started adding more fucking rounds, which was great. They added, that was it, the day that pushed me over the edge. That was the last one I went to, was they added an extra. So I got to like the round that I usually got to that then was like, it's either a yes or a no after this.
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, we've now added a workshop day. This workshop day, I swear to God.
Wait, did
was-
you just think we need to balance the plate and turn it round like
I mean, that sounds like bullshit, but
Yeah.
no.
That sounds like circus school.
I was
It
in
is
the
a
wrong room.
circus.
I know, but
It's a
I
farce.
went and literally for this workshop day, and I was like, right, okay, and I'm going to prove myself. Not one person who was in my original audition was there, like lecturer was there, so they'd never seen me act before. They then got us to breathe and make eye contact and walk around the space, like weave in and out
You're going out.
for 2 hours.
You
And
see
then
an empty
when-
space, walk into it.
And then went, really sorry you've not made it to the next round. I was like, I honestly, I've never been so fuming. And I came out and I was like, there are 21 places for the whole of, not even the whole of Scotland,
The
because
whole
there's
of the world.
Yeah,
the
'cause
whole
people-
of the world, because
yeah.
people pure come over.
yeah.
And I was, and then
People pure come over.
they pure come over.
Come over, take our places.
I know. But
Anna.
I'm like, then so half of those need to be guys. So then
Yeah.
so then there's 10 places for me. Nobody can look the same as I do.
No.
Nobody can sound the same that I do. And I was like, so there's probably 2 spaces for me. And no wonder I'm not getting them. And then after that, I just went, nah, fuck this.
I
we're not
auditioned
doing
the
this
first
anymore.
time and then never went back.
It's horrible.
I've
I
done
was
it
like
as
that.
well.
No,
I did
I'm
one
not doing
audition
it.
and I went, oh, no, I can't.
It's
no.
absolute, and then like it's been waiting around all day. It's
Yeah.
expensive. It's all this sort. I think I was the only person in the room that was actually from Glasgow as well.
I was the same.
Mhm.
I had one guy from London, another one, they were all English or American, I think, and me from Pennycook. And
Yeah.
I was like, hi guys. Just not a
No.
great vibe.
I know.
Yeah.
It's my cup of tea.
But yeah, so
anyway.
then because we obviously all went and trained as actors, that then means you need to go and do things that are not,
Not
acting.
at all.
Or like we do a lot of things that are like sort of connected to acting,
Yeah.
like
I
sort
think
of
I've been
creative.
quite lucky.
You're very good.
I my first ever job was actually working as a classroom assistant
Oh.
for the stage school I was at.
The first ever job?
Yeah, my first ever job.
that's
I
good.
was a classroom assistant at the Glasgow Acting Academy. And then I think I got that when I was 17, 18.
wow.
So like that was my first ever like paid job.
Mhm.
And then I got a job in game,
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
like
yeah.
as in
Mhm.
the retail store.
I'm sorry, but
And-
does everyone not think every single game that they've been into smells?
Oh, yeah.
It smells.
Mhm.
I go into everyone and I'm like,
I don't think I've ever been in.
I know. Why are you in games so often?
like my dad, he's got an Xbox, and he'll be
Yeah,
like,
you're
I'm going
you're
in.
buying the Sims all the time.
I'm
I
actually
fucking love The
really into
Sims.
Call of Duty at the minute.
That's how Hannah gets her rage
Call of
out.
Duty Black Ops was my childhood.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I have 2 brothers, Call of Duty Black Ops, and see specifically the Zombie House.
Oh.
I
Do you
think
know
my
what I'm
dad
talking
had
about?
that one
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well. Yeah.
Zombie House with a wee teddy bear, and then or nuked. Oh, I'm not going to geek out, but it's good.
But I was obviously training at drama school when I went to work in game. And I just want to give my managers a little shout out. Kev, Ed and Dave.
Of course, that's what that's called. Of course, that's what they're called. And I somehow know exactly what every single one of them look like.
I was
as
gonna
well.
say that.
Like,
It's like
Hot Fuzz.
They were all such good managers. They supported what I did. So if I needed a day off for a rehearsal or whatever, they'd be like, yeah, no problem. Like they
love
would
people
sort it
like
and they were
that.
so supportive of that. And then when those managers got moved on to different stores, I had to leave because, listen to this.
the tea.
We had a new manager come in and he shall remain nameless. But I'd asked for a day off and then he thought I'd left the stockroom. I hadn't. And he was like, these drama students so unreliable. And I literally marched out the room, phoned Maureen, who was the owner of the stage school. I was like, can I get more hours? Because I'm quitting this job. And she was like, no bother, hen. I got more hours. So I went from the Glasgow Acting Academy and then
Full circle for you.
Full circle, yeah. So I was a student and then I was a classroom assistant. Then I was in the office. And then I transferred to Hamley's Toy Store as part of the entertainment team.
Oh, yeah.
And that was obviously, we were part of the entertainment team, so we were always performing, we were in costume. So that for me was a very performance-based job. It was retail wages, unfortunately. But my time at Hamley's was like, it was peak.
Oh, and
We
it was
were-
when Hamley's was huge.
when it was when Hamley's
Yeah.
when they had a
just
major
opened.
budget. It had such good budget. You know, we got to be creative. We got to create the summer program, and then like we got measured for costumes. Like
You had
it
like
was-
characters.
yeah, we had characters and everything. Honestly, and I met some of my bestest friends there.
Well, if you hadn't have worked there, we wouldn't know each
We
other.
wouldn't know each other.
Because you met Dan there.
Daniel Cullen.
Why does he always crop up?
Why he's always cropping up.
Sidebar, I was on the phone to me the other day and he was pure, so when am I coming on the podcast?
Yeah, so Daniel
When you
was
invite me to your wedding.
when he was allowed to be a +1.
so Daniel Cullen was the director of the first performance of Sad Girls.
yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
he was our director.
I was pure, what?
What? But yeah, Daniel and I met during Hamley's. I met 2 of my best friends, Emma and Jen at Hamley's, like, and Kirstine as well. Like so many good people that I'm still in touch with now. We met in Hamley's. It was such a unit. And then just unfortunately,
Absolute unit.
and my boss as well,
Hamleys.
Grant Yule, what an absolute hero. And the opportunities I got to go on radio. I created Brainy Elf.
Oh yeah, Brainy
So
Elf.
I have an alter ego at Christmas time called Brainy Elf.
I have
It's literally
Hannah's witnessed it at the Children's Hospital.
It's literally Emma with a pair of the 3D glasses
With
on
the
the
lenses
with no
popped
lens,
out.
Yeah.
and I sound like Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Is it Adam Sandler you do?
Yeah.
What do you do? Give us a bit of Brainy Elf.
Hi, I'm Brainy Elf. Hi, how you doing? So no, I
And
sound
then
like
just
Adam
scream at children.
Just but yes, I created. I was on the radio. I got to do the Christmas
you were like
parade.
Elsa on a float.
I was
at
Elsa
one
on a
point.
parade. Like,
Mhm.
got to literally tick being a Disney princess in a parade off my bucket
Look
list.
at
You're like, why does
Wowie.
this not exist? It was such, honestly, shame about the retail wages, but honestly, everyone I worked with was amazing. Then business model changed, budgets got cut, teams started spreading off. So my time at Hamleys was done. I learned how to drive, and I became
Oh, yeah.
self-employed queen.
You were the first girl kids entertainer for the company.
So I worked for a party company called Kinetic, fantastic company. It's been running parties for 10 years now. Hannah, you've
Hire us. I need the money.
Hannah
It's good
has
cash in hand.
dipped her toe in. Amy's dipped her toe in.
Hannah Banana extraordinaire. Thank you.
But I was the
was just
first
Amy.
female entertainer. Amy's like parties
No,
give me
I
anxiety.
didn't. I loved it.
No. You're like shaking as you're doing the parties. Like
It's, to be fair, it can be scary stuff doing kids parties. Like it's you do it's a
it's full on performing.
It's full on performance. It's like you do put on a bit of a persona as well. So yep, went into entertainment, was the first female entertainer. I then
Ever.
I know.
ever
Everything. She actually invented feminism.
feminism, me like. But I know I retired from parties last year, so I'm now just a booking manager. So that's one of my jobs. And I also just teach for different performing arts schools in Glasgow.
But this is just the self-employed.
This is just
life.
self-employed
You have
life,
to
like
be
freelance.
and even like, so I've now, after we did Sad Girls Club at the Fringe, I felt like I'd just always been like working in like pubs and bars and kids' birthday parties just so that I could do the shows and so I could do my art, I guess. Like, because I was like, no one else is going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'll fund it this way. But then after the Fringe, I feel like I got to a point where I was like, I need to somehow manifest all these skills that I've made with putting on shows into like something in the industry. Like something, I don't care if it's like I'm a receptionist at like a company that works in the
But I
industry
think
or
that's
whatever.
the thing, it's finding it within your industry so that they are also understanding of you going off and doing things when they come up.
Yeah.
Because I like, again, I'll round off my little thing. My managers are class. Like the women, and I actually work for,
get it.
apart from the kids' parties, all of my managers are women. And they're super supportive. They're amazing. Shout out to all of them. I love you all. Thank you
Well,
for
it's because they're
paying
also
me.
technically self-employed as well.
They're self-employed as well,
running
and they
their own
understand it,
companies.
and they just understand the industry, and they're class. I work a million different jobs, and don't get me wrong, self-employment is exhausting because you don't get a day off.
Yeah.
You need to save up for your holidays. If you want to go take time off, you need to save up because you're not going to earn money in that time that you're off. It's so expensive, and
I hate doing invoices as well.
it's like doing
I
invoices,
hate paying my own
it's-
tax. Like, I'm so confused by it.
no sick day, you don't get paid for being
No.
sick, and it's, although I think that there is like, I mean, I'm not very clued up on any politics of any shape or form, but there are maybe bits of legislation coming in now that people who are self-employed will, maternity and sick pay,
There's like
pension
statutory.
You get
bits,
statutory
buttons,
maternity pay,
buttons, man,
isn't it?
Yeah.
buttons. But yeah, that's but
Yeah.
you are now stepping into the world of self-employment, or have been for the past couple of years. How are you finding it?
It's interesting because
It's more like freelance, I
yeah,
guess.
it's freelance sort of stuff that I do. So I work for festivals now,
Yeah.
technically, like arts festival, comedy festivals mostly. So there's like the big one, and who I will happily shout out is the Glasgow International Comedy Festival.
Woo!
Shout out Krista. She's running, like, there's a team
Running
of
the
like
world.
So I run all their like socials and things like that, and that's just like skills that I picked up doing shows and things. Like I had to like rep Sad Girls Club, so I figured out how to like run social media. If you follow us on at the Sad Girls Club 2024, I always get that wrong for some reason.
Because
and
it
I always
changes
look
every
at
year.
you,
What
like,
year is it?
I'm always like, which one is it?
2020.
I don't know what year it is. But if you see anything go out on that, that's me sort of slaving away for no money to put out anything. Like, but so I figured out how
On the Sad Girls one, not the Glasgow Comedy Festival. You do get paid for that.
I get paid some money for that. No, but I've picked up these transferable skills, and I was trying to book Sad Girls Club actually for the Glasgow Comedy Festival, and because I was sort of like looking at their socials, I saw that they posted saying they needed I think I'm technically the digital marketing officer, which is all shite. Like, it's like I run the socials, so that's what I do. But it's like, I was pure, oh wait, I know how to do that. Like, and also it's like I was running the socials for the bar I was working in at the time, like just because you had to. And so I've somehow maneuvered my way into like an office where, yeah, I'm sort of running the socials. And a lot of the time that job means that you make the tea as well. Like, you know that way you're the wee social lassie.
Yeah.
But because there's 5 of us running, what did we do this year? 550 shows or
Yeah,
something
it's
like
incredible.
that.
You are a fantastic wee team. Like,
Yeah,
we've
I
obviously
don't
seen
know
it
how
firsthand.
we do it. And then when like the Edinburgh Festival kicks up, because obviously that's like only half the year. So then I go to Edinburgh for a wee bit. But then Edinburgh's been going for like, some of these companies are like 40 years old. And it is like, there's too many people. Not that there's too many people, but I'm going like,
When you can make something work on such a small team, you're like, why do we need this many people?
like it's mental. But don't get me wrong, like I cried a lot during the first year at Glasgow because it was just stuff like,
You were finding your feet though.
yeah, I'd just never been in an office before. Like I think like I'd just been fucking about for years. Like I'd
and bars and
actually take that
restaurants.
back. I worked in teleperformance, which was a call center. That's how I met David.
And a call center?
Did you not know this?
No.
Yeah, so
Met in a mosh pit.
Mosh together.
he did take me to the cat house for the first time. I'd never
course
been to
he
the cat
did.
house before. No, so teleperformance was a shite call center, pretty much. We can bleep the company name if we need to.
Please don't sue us.
I know,
Nobody
I'm so
sue us.
sorry. But they were good if you were at like college or whatever, because it was like they had like a night shift almost. So it was like you would do, and I remember I was doing 5-hour shifts as if I was like going to war. Like I was sitting at a lovely little desk, like see if nobody phones, I could sit and read Harry Potter. It was great. But it was so you would do like 5-hour shifts like after college every day. And so it was just a bunch of like students pretty much. And then you had like a team, and there was a wee David who had a Bieber haircut at the time.
Did he have the swish over?
Yeah, it was supposedly.
I need to see
I
that.
didn't know this, so
Yeah.
he had like really long like mosher hair before.
I can
with a big
imagine
fringe.
see that.
Yeah, I can see that.
And literally the week before he started teleperformance, he cut it all off. And then,
Imagine you'd seen him with the long hair.
I know.
You'd be with him.
well, I didn't fancy him at all at teleperformance, but and also so I had a boyfriend who was a sailor, so I know because I went to the nautical college, so then all the sailors were in the nautical college, but they also had a drama department, so that's why I met a sailor. Anyway, so he was away half the year, and all I did was talk about this boyfriend. Like I was,
sail away.
I was like,
Come
Gav
sail
said
away.
this, Gav said that, blah blah blah, and turns out David pure fancied the pants off me, but I didn't realise. And then he had a girlfriend at the time, and then randomly one day he came in and he was like, oh yeah, me and my girlfriend have broke up. I now know that he broke up with the girlfriend because he realised that he liked me.
Do you know what?
And he
Good
was-
for you, David, for
Yeah.
handling their shit and just going, do you know what?
Yeah.
It wasn't a case of, oh, well, I can't have Hannah. I'll just keep this lassie on anyway. He realised he didn't like her. Was like, nah, this isn't going to work out.
I mean, he did
Clearly-
get back with her later on, but that's the other thing.
Okay, well, I take all of that back. You're a piece of scum, David.
No, but he just sort of went like, I'm obviously not fully invested in this if I
Yeah.
fancy
Yeah.
Hannah so much.
Quite right.
But then like never told me, knew that I had a boyfriend, like never made a move or anything like that.
That's so me, pure suffering
I know,
silence.
he's like, I love you so much. And then it's stuff like, I remember like my pal didn't like the boyfriend that I had, and we got in this like big drunken fight. And I think which is quite sad now thinking about it, that I think I really was settling for this guy. Like he wasn't like the pure best looking guy on the planet, which is not his fault.
But he was a sailor.
I know. But I think I was just like,
Was his name Popeye?
No, Gav.
Oh, Gav.
But yeah, so I think I just liked that someone liked me, that someone wanted to go
Yeah.
out with me, and I wanted a boyfriend, so he was going to do pretty much. And my pal literally was like, why are you going out with this guy? Like, he's not good enough, blah, blah, blah. And then I think I sort of said, like, I was like, well, it's not as if like there's anybody lining up for me or anything like that. And
Like
she was,
David's first
oh, she honestly was like, are you blind? Like, she was pure, we David in work. I think that was her words. And I was pure, what are you talking about? And she was like, Hannah, he's obsessed with you. Like he like,
Aw.
and I was like, no. Forgot about it for years. And then
Because you had another boyfriend before that, didn't you?
yeah, well then I had a really, really bad breakup, which is sort of what Sad Girls Club is based on. And I was on Tinder just sort of trying to, you know, we pretend I was fine.
Pass
And
the
like,
time.
I literally was like, I guess I'll go on Tinder. And I saw David. He had a picture of him and his cat, Muffin.
And a key muffin.
And I just went like, oh, hiya, pal. Like that's and then I think it all sort of came back that I was like, oh, nice little landing zone here. Like, because I knew he fancied me. And I was like, oh, okay, like that'll be nice. Like maybe a confidence boost, like blah, blah, blah. And then went out with him and just had like the best time.
Aww.
Like just was like, yeah, so
It's a
cute.
love
Shout out
baby,
David.
just say
teleperformance.
Oh,
Nah, no shout out for
circling
David.
back.
Like,
Where
yeah, but
matches
I've just
are
worked
made.
like random fucking
Random
jobs.
I am
jobs.
exactly the same.
Yeah,
It's
so
always
many
been
random ones.
Hospitality based. First
Me
ever job
too.
I had was in a waffle van at the Open in Gullen.
I worked in a van
Class.
too.
And it was shite. It
Aw.
was 3 days.
Did you make the waffles?
No, so we made absolutely fuck all. So the waffles, it was like
Made no money, made no waffle.
homemade fresh waffles, and there was all these other
Out of
like
pack.
really cool like food vans. There was like a burrito place, like there was other options, but for some reason everyone wanted a waffle, and they put me on the waffle press thing.
Oh.
But it was literally, they would be like, right, so that's the waffles there, and if you just take them and then hide them, open the packet, and then slyly slip them
Oh,
on the grill.
really?
Yes.
So you were just heating them up,
Yeah,
pretty much.
basically. And then it was like, okay, can I
Shocking.
have a chocolate, whatever? And then you'd be like, okay, some nuts, squishy cream, wee bit of chocolate sauce, and that would be like £19.
Oh, jeez.
It was one of them.
Scandalous.
I don't want to think
Yes,
about what I spent
Edinburgh.
on food at the
But
Eras
Fringe.
tour.
This
Oh,
was
the
it.
Fringe.
Oh,
Jesus
the Eras
Christ.
tour at the
Interrupted
Fringe, I
myself on
spent
food.
my whole savings.
So Gullen is fancier than Edinburgh. It's a lot richer. Like
I don't
it's-
think I've even heard of Gullen.
So it's got a massive golf course that's like world famous, hence why the Open is held there. But I was like, oh, it's just a weekend. I'll just do it. It'll be fine. Horrendous. I didn't have trainers that fit me or something at the time. And I had these black kind of plasticky slip-on shoes
Oh.
that I was like, oh, they'll be comfy. That'll be fine. Maybe like an hour in, I went, these really are not
Feet
comfortable.
killing you.
And they rubbed to the back of my, like the back of my heel.
Oh, that's
Oh,
So
ouchie,
by
ouchie.
Sunday, I was like, I can't walk.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
bleeding.
dead.
your feet are bleeding.
I genuinely, I got on the bus home and I said, Mum, can you pick me up? I can't cope. And she was like, okay, I'm parked here at the top of a hill. I had to walk up this hill. And I was like,
Climbing.
And I got in the car and Mum was like, what is wrong with you? I was like, I'm bleeding out.
I would have taken the shoes off by then. Like, they would have been in
I
the
think
fucking
after
bin.
that I did, but they'd also then like stuck to my feet. Not a good experience.
I remember I used to, like, when I first started doing, like, a bar job, my first bar job was Bunker,
All
where
right.
dreams
yeah.
go to die in Bunker. Honestly, it's the most soulless place on the, but I think it's still the same.
It's still the same.
And it's where I
yeah.
met the fucking arsehole ex-boyfriend. So nothing good came of Bunker. But I remember I'd never worked a bar job before and I was a big fucking goth. So the only shoes that I really had were like, I had these big black Timberland
Oh
boots.
yeah, yeah.
And I would wear them for like these 10-hour shifts or whatever and be like dragging my feet and being like, oh my, why are my feet so sore? Like, I don't understand. And then I remember for like another job, I went and grabbed like a cheap pair of like trainers from Primark and literally was like, I am
I'm walking
floating.
on air.
Like, I was like, where have you been all my life? Like, I was always like just an idiot, like never
Yeah.
put two and two together that like,
I feel like
maybe the big heavy boots for a 10-hour shift
your
isn't there.
first ever hospitality job. So that I did the waffle van, and then I got another job in a bakery.
funny, I don't
It was
know
called Mr. Waffle Man.
Mr.
And-
Waffle Man.
Yeah, and I had a wee hat I had to wear.
Oh,
and it was like
cute.
perched on
Lame.
my head.
Doing the
It
waffles.
was terrible. So second job, I worked in a bakery, and it was people would come in and be like, "Oh, can I have a fern cake, please?"
Where's a
I'd be
fern
like,
cake?
What the fuck is that? So I would be like, "Yes," and you'd put
Ah,
my
you'd be
hand in and be like,
This one?
you would be like, that one?
Hovering?
No, I'll go back. And then eventually I'd go like, oh, I should pick that one. Put it in a bag and be like, here you are. That's for you. But like it was like kind of quite old school. So you would get like loaves of bread, but they wouldn't be sliced or anything. So they'd be like, oh, I'll have that loaf of bread and I'd like it sliced, please.
And then you have to
you
get
have
the
to
big
slice it?
industrial.
Yeah, the big industrial
Oh,
slicer
that's. I thought you
thing.
meant individually slicing.
And
I'm
I
like, oh
used to
god,
go-
that'd be
I would
one.
be
But
thing.
it's like you could chop your fucking hand off on
Yes,
it. Like,
it's
no.
dangerous.
and they're getting like 15-year-olds to
Yeah,
like
I'm
do it.
18, freshly out of school, didn't know what was going on. Didn't know
Didn't know
how.
what a bread slicer.
I literally was like, oh, what's that? And she's like, it's a bread slicer. And I thought, okay, that's fine. Mags was my boss, who was a legend. She was very nice.
Of course, her name was Max.
And I used to, they're really heavy, and I would have to put my whole body weight
Oh god.
backwards, fire myself forward on the wee lever thing,
Just using momentum to like.
throw the bread in, and then it would like go shake out. But as it came out and the bread was sliced, the slices would go everywhere.
So would just like fire at you?
Yeah, so I would like, okay, would put it in a bag. You do, it's like a little tagging machine, and you push it down. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
one of those wee plastic bags, and then would be like, there's a bag of bread slices.
All like fucking crumbled. Like.
Once again,
Jigsaw pieces.
it was really expensive. Fancy bakery in Morningside, which is also really fancy in Edinburgh. And I would be like, that's £5.60. And they would be like, what the fuck is this? This bag of slices.
Honestly, talking about Mags, like, as that name, I feel like pure legendary bosses.
Legendary.
Always right now. It's like
Mags.
Yeah, Mags. No, it's always like if you've got Anne at the end of your name. I remember
Yeah.
I worked in
Aye.
Leslie Ann
Oh,
Snack Van. That was my
Leslie
first
Ann
job.
Snack Van.
And then I've got a woman that I work with now called Caroline as well. But I worked in
You've got like a million jobs as
Yeah.
well.
a million jobs. I've been working since I was like 13. I'm not even kidding. I worked, should I quickly fire through?
Yeah, go.
13-year-old snack van. That's what I, right, just quickly.
That was so quick.
Just quickly. Just quickly.
Done.
Just
For
quickly.
13 years.
That is when I like
But
built
you'd have a state pension.
thick skin, like thick skin from
Yeah.
the snack van, like
Yeah.
not even
Cut
for
your
the build,
teeth.
not even for the builders, just for Leslie Ann. So snack van, Toffee Apple Tea Rooms in Rutherglen,
Oh, that's lovely.
Burnside Hotel,
Mm.
the Social, Royal Exchange Square.
That's so weird that you worked there.
Oh my god, scary place. I left because one of my colleagues get glassed with a bottle.
Great.
wow.
Fuck, really?
Yeah, the Social, and then the theatres,
Yeah.
and then Cafe Nero,
Mhm.
and now House of Gods. But I'm doing Cafe Nero and House of Gods together. Kinetic.
You're
I've
doing
done-
Cafe Nero as well.
No, that's
Like
such
theatres.
shite.
You're doing the box
Aye,
office.
theatres and House of Gods. But wait, I just need to quickly read out a text that I hope it loads that we got in our group chat the other day.
Have you got enough data for that?
And don't
there?
worry, Paul's hooked me up with the Wi-Fi.
Thank you, producer Paul.
Mom, can you send me more data?
I'm literally right. This is atrocious.
What?
Oh, I hope this doesn't stink. I'll get into trouble for
Just say
saying
it.
this.
Just say it.
Right. It got cleaned, right? But guys, I need you to listen.
Wait, who is this from?
That's my manager.
Right.
And listen well, make sure you're actually mopping both the bathroom and bedroom, which I do, right? Bedroom floors. I have just walked into a room and there was poo on the shower floor near the drain. Right, so like that is obviously who the fuck, well, we know who's missed it, but I'm not going to call them out. But imagine missing that when cleaning a room. Like, but you know what I want to know? This is pure cynicism.
Oh, I thought you meant
Was it
like who's missed the toilet, and you were like, I'm not
No,
calling them
no,
out. I
no,
know who
no.
it is.
No,
I was
no,
like,
no.
how
No,
do
no,
you
no.
know?
I want to know who's no. I want to
Not
know if
cleaned
it
it.
was like a bit of shite or like, you know, like
Was it
just
smear?
has someone shat? Like, is it a full shite or is it like, or is it like just a wee bit of shite or like just a like you say, like just a wee mark or I pure need to know, and I'm gonna wait till the Christmas night out and sit my manager down and be like, I need to know about that
how-
shite. I've only been there like 3
describe the
weeks.
shite.
Yeah, I need to
I
know.
love those messages that go into like the group chat.
Pure
and it's like
serious.
Very
can we-
ambiguous.
no, but it's always like,
So passive.
we just remind
Yeah.
everybody?
Not to
You
be
know,
a
it's like-
negative Nelly or anything. And you're
Uh-huh,
like,
and
it's
then
when
you're like,
you-
that
it's
was
when
me.
you've done something wrong and the whole team gets an email about it like, can we please remember
You're
to
like,
yeah.
turn
But
the
here's the thing.
lights
Here's
off?
what
Like,
I actually struggle quite a lot with that, because even though I know it's not me, I sit there going, "Is that me?"
Oh, you go, oh fuck.
no, I
I
remember
have
there was a time that the safe was left open in work.
Oh, I've
like,
done that.
Safe key, the key that the safe goes in, and the actual safe, and I had like pure gaslit myself. I was like, I have left the safe.
Like, it was me.
I was
You don't
feeling
even
me.
know where
It
the
was me.
safe
It
is,
was
and you're
me.
like,
it was
No, I was like, I've done that. I've stole money from my work. Like,
I did it once, and it was so I was a manager in the Pally Bar, which I still go in and do.
God
fucking
bless the Pally Bar.
Pally Bar.
I love it.
I know, so expensive. I don't know why. It's
Expensive, and it's been awarded by the Daily Mail.
Daily record.
That's fucking
Daily record.
voted for as well. It's one of those ones where it's like, get your
But
pals to
apart
vote
from
for it.
that, it's
Anyway, but
lovely
we love
jubbly.
it. But I still go in and do like cash and hand shifts when like I'm skint and stuff like that. So I can't really slag them too much. But I was a manager for a bit, and I got a message off like the big manager who was like, any chance you can come in like an hour early? And I was like, yeah, cool. Like, because sometimes that happens in bar work quite a lot. And I came in and she was like, come downstairs. And I was like, oh no.
The Cellar?
Went down to the cellar.
Dead body.
Honestly, I had not locked the office door, had not locked the safe, and had not locked the safe with the key in it for like everything.
fanny.
I'd obviously just like walked away thinking I was coming back.
Did you lock the pub?
Honestly. Oh no, I've done work. Honestly, I've done worse than that. But I literally went like, she was pure. Yeah, so nothing was locked last night. Like that's really bad. And I instantly went, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Like that's a complete accident. I'm so sorry. You have such a right to get me into trouble for that. Like that's really dangerous. I can't believe I did that. I'm so sorry. And she literally like looked at me a bit stunned and started to like cry a bit. And I was like, oh my god, what? And she was like, oh my god, you're the first person who's actually not fought me on something. Like, because I think everybody would be like, oh well, actually, and it's not my
Make up
fault because it was
excuses.
fucking mental up the stairs or blah, blah. And I was like, no, I
did
just
it,
didn't
so
do
I'm
it.
sorry.
Like, and honestly, top tip, if you want to get away with anything in any job,
Apologise.
just go,
Yeah.
I'm
oh
sorry.
my god, I'm sorry, did I do
No,
that?
you know what the best way is? Oh, I'm so sorry. No, thank you for letting me know.
Yeah.
Like, which you would naturally do anyway.
Yeah.
But see, if you've seriously fucked up and you know you've fucked up, you just be like, oh, thank you so much for letting me know.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't have known otherwise. I'll
Yeah.
definitely do that. But you know
Yeah.
what? I'm gonna go practice doing that right now.
Honestly, it puts people pure on the back foot.
Yeah, yeah.
And I remember saying it to someone and they pure burst out laughing. But I'm like, see if you just make yourself out to be like the biggest idiot on the planet. You're
Yeah.
not the biggest idiot. But see if you go, oh my, was I supposed to?
Because people
Is that a
probably
thing I'm
get a
supposed to
bit
do?
nervous, like bringing it up. They're like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna need to tell her
Yeah.
something off for this." Like, you know what I mean? So then, if you're nice about it, they're probably like, "Oh, they were nice about
And
it."
that
too."
actually makes a nice working environment because you can just
100%.
communication is key.
But I
Yeah.
mean, I did used to do stuff like sometimes I would just forget the alarm code and be like, fuck it. It's fine. There was one night in particular, all keys in the Pally bar for some reason, you have to pretend like
Don't give away trade secrets here.
They're under the tent.
I mean, I've still got a set of keys. I keep saying to like the manager, being like, I could break into this place
Yeah.
if I wanted to. And they're like, yeah, somebody probably should take this. And I'm like, no, nobody has. But it was like at one point, every single door, almost you had to pretend like you didn't want to open it,
Oh,
or
you would
else
be
it
like,
would not open or would not lock. And it'd be fucking 3 a.m. You're trying to get everybody out. The last one wouldn't like lock, and I'd just be like, fuck it, like walk away. Honestly, guys, have you cried at work?
I've cried at work.
I've cried at work.
I've fully jammed my finger in a cellar door and just like
Wept.
screamed and
Yeah.
wept,
Yeah.
and then wept about every single thing that's ever happened to
Yeah.
me. Like in that
Yeah.
moment, it's
I
giving you a good
think
excuse.
Every job bar the waffle van because I wasn't there for long enough.
The waffle van was pure joy.
There was
I've
no
cried at.
hiding places
After-
to cry in the waffle van.
Yeah, because it's literally
Have you
just a van.
cried in like the walk-in freezer?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a good place to cry.
I cried in the bakery. I think I was maybe 3 or 4 weeks in, still very new. I didn't realise at the time there was like a little mat at the front door, and the door was always open, and a pigeon hopped up onto the mat and was like pecking about the place. At which point a man came in to buy something. The pigeon took off and flew into the window, and I was like, what? I
Like
didn't,
in the shop?
in the shop,
Oh.
flapping about the window, which had cakes and like bread in it, but kept like hitting off of like loaves of bread and stuff. Had like landed in like a strawberry tart at one point, so it was all sticky, and I was like, please just get out. And I did
Did
think,
it survive?
yeah, I think so. I did think the man might go, oh, that was me that did that. I'll grab the pigeon. I had to grab the pigeon, and it wasn't, you know,
Yeah,
when you
I've had to do that a couple of times in work.
it wasn't a nice pigeon.
Oh,
It was like
dirty
one of the
pigeon.
really
Did you not-
manky
a
ones.
scabby pigeon.
And it flies.
Amy
Did
saw a little
we
kid
tell
pick up.
that bit earlier? Or was it before the podcast?
I was on Argyle Street and this wee boy just picked up a pigeon and kissed it and let it fly. The mum was like, and he was just like, And
like
let it-
made
oh,
a
it's
wish
really
and let him go.
beautiful. Yeah.
He was
Apart from
having
the
that
fact-
moment.
Yeah.
It is disease riddled.
Yeah, riddled with
I
disease,
felt
like rats with
ranky
wings.
after my pigeon experience.
Oh.
And I had to, it took me quite a while to grab it because it kept flying and I'm not that tall. So eventually I got it and had to kind of clamber out. So there's like a little like door, but it's like quite low. So I had to clamber over it, holding this pigeon, whilst this man's like, can I get a pie?
Can I get a pie?
You're like, I'm actually
And one
really
that-
busy right now.
One that the pigeons no touch.
I then like
Sweeney Todd.
released the pigeon out into the street, but there was a woman walking along that hadn't seen the mayhem that had just ensued in the shop, and I nearly hit her with a pigeon.
Pigeon to the face.
Literally, I went like, bye, and this woman was like,
And then did you go and cry about it?
yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Emma, have you ever
So it
cried
was-
at kids' parties?
Only I cried once at a kid's party, but that's because I was genuinely like I took not well during the party.
Oh yeah, that's happened to
And
me.
I was like, I was doing the cha-cha slide and then Gangnam Style and YMCA,
always
and I
the
was
cha-cha
like,
slide that gets you.
I am going to be sick.
Yeah.
I am going to be sick. And I turned to my my coordinator, my assistant at the time, and I was like, you need to give out the prizes. I was like, I need to go to the bathroom. And I think I cried with embarrassment because I was like, I now need to go out and see this mum. And I'm really not like, I'm the colour drained. I looked death. And then in Hamleys, we used to always cry all the time because it was just
Stressful.
not stressful. It was just life. Like
Right.
we all got on. We're such a
Thick knit.
tight knit.
Thick knit.
A thick knit jumper.
Thick knit jumper. I'll take that
jumper.
one. I was tight knit. Is that one?
It's a lovely metaphor.
We were
for
a really good
working
team. So if people were having a hard time, there was a the entertainment team had a cage.
A cage.
In the stockroom. It was like a caged area in the stockroom that had
Oh.
all of our equipment in
I
it.
thought you meant like a dog cage.
No,
I
no,
thought
so we
you
had
meant
the
the
cage.
children in the cages.
In that cage is where we like spoke about our life troubles, our breakups, our, you know, any worries.
Let's all go to the therapy cage.
No, but it did. It was honestly a therapy cage. And then the other weird place
cage
I
of
cried
emotions.
is a puppet theatre.
Oh yeah, you said that.
I said that
Yeah,
before. I think I mentioned that
one.
in one of the first episodes. I cried in a puppet theatre.
Yeah. I think I've winched in that puppet theatre, to be honest.
Hey, you're a man.
That's why you were just crying.
It's a kid's shop.
No,
You're
but
weirdo.
Hamleys
Stop
for some
knitting.
reason, Hamleys and the Apple Store when we were teenagers.
Oh,
were
teenagers used to hang
just
about
a
all the
place to
time.
hang about.
Stop knits.
Aye, so I'm
People
people
used
sure
to
I was
hang-
like getting off with somebody there.
Oh, see, the,
While someone's mum's like, oh, that's a nice iPad.
I know,
Teenagers
you
just
know,
making it.
in the story bandstand as well. I'm like, dude, that's for Wayne's.
Yeah.
Away. Go to the Goma.
Yeah, go and skateboard
yeah,
at the
like
Goma.
golf.
Amy,
I know.
weirdest place. Have you cried in work? Weirdest time you've cried in work?
Yeah, I cried over like people I work with probably. It's a love-hate relationship because like you go into
yeah.
work because you fancy somebody and then you leave because you do nothing about it and you're pure greedy.
See, sadly, I always
It's like
did something about it.
No,
like,
no, I'm too much of a shite bag.
No.
Yeah, but no, I've had a good cry. I've cried in probably
Many a
all
time.
my workplaces.
I remember talking about Bunker Where Dreams Go to Die. I got put out on the floor one like Saturday night to like glass collect.
Oh,
And I
God.
just
Oh,
cried the whole. I was
Yeah.
so busy. No one had trained me. I didn't know what a lager was. Like, I was like,
Yeah.
somebody'd be like, "Can I get a dark rum?" And I'd be like, "I don't know what that is." Like, point it.
See,
like, point
even
it
now,
out.
like, see, I thought Jack Daniels was a rum until like 2 weeks ago.
Honestly,
No, it's a whiskey.
it took me
Yep.
fucking ages. But I remember they were like, go out on the floor, and I was like, thank God I'm off this bar. And then like glass collected as like tears were just slowly running down my
Aw,
face. And I
baby.
remember being like, this is not for your soul. This is not, this is a stopgap job. You don't need this
Literally.
job. And up here, like, had to give myself a pep talk the whole way back. And I love the fact that not one of those like regulars fucking noticed.
No.
Like, they were up here, and I'll have another VK, thank you. Like, as I'm
Women of
crying.
the week.
Yes, women of the
Women
week.
of the week. Yeah.
You've got
Chant, give me a genre.
the
Musical
for your-
theatre. Musical theatre.
Give us our theme tune. Pisses me off is that you can actually hit that note.
No, I didn't.
Stunning,
That's for the
beautiful.
Wicked film coming out. Women of the week is, I hope I don't butcher this pronunciation, but it's Bisan Oda.
I don't know who this is either.
They're
I'm
a Palestinian filmmaker.
oh, okay.
And I'd say sort of journalist in
Yeah,
a
she
sense.
was doing like live streams and stuff. Was she
Yeah,
not?
she's been live streaming. She's very courageous and admirable woman, and
fighting the good fight.
yeah, and just educating a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I see her on a lot of stuff that's shared and things like that. So it's just, you can never
She's
stop.
making an impact.
Yeah, you can never stop talking about this and never share too much. And she's doing that for the world. So go and, I think, she says she's a filmmaker as well. But I see her
Is
everywhere.
she still
and
doing stuff? Yeah.
She's still doing stuff,
good,
yeah. So look at her past stuff, look at her current stuff. But yeah, amazing
out.
woman. Yeah, incredible.
No, I think I looked her up and it was like, said something about some of the bombs had hit like her house where all her filming equipment was and stuff like that. So I wasn't sure if she was still able to like do
Yeah, I
stuff.
think she's got her phone.
Good.
So yeah, but check her out. She's doing amazing, really beautiful work as well. Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Okay.
Is it?
I'm getting on.
Your pretend singing is better than my actual singing. I like that.
agree.
Well, guys, this has been real. This is the 4th official Sad Girls Club podcast.
I was worried you were going to go, this was the 4th and final.
I know, actually, I can't afford this.
Hopefully the 4th of many.
I know. Thank you for joining us and have a good ass week.
Bye.
Bye.